Long after the blood-red light of the five-element star sovereigns faded from the primordial realm, whispers lingered in the celestial corridors. The humans had scattered, yet not all sought refuge under the Heaven Han celestial heavens. Some, stubborn in their ancestral ways, refused sanctuary, leaving their gods to despair in quiet hopelessness. Celestial Venerable Yue's gaze lingered on the distant celestial river, where a carriage of 6 heavenly dragons vanished into the horizon, carrying Qin Mu and his companions toward a path unknown. The echoes of that departure were interrupted by Celestial Venerable Ling's laughter, a harbinger of secrets yet to unfold, and the arrival of Celestial Venerable Yun, stirring questions that even Yue could not answer. Meanwhile, God Emperor Lang Xuan's sacrificial altar still smoldered, a reminder that the five-element star sovereigns had tasted blood, yet not enough to claim their prize. Now, the stage is set for new reckonings, where divine arts clash with the Great Daos, and the faintest misstep could spell doom for mortals and gods alike. In this precarious balance, destiny tightens its grip. As recap: Tales of Herding Gods, Chapter 1047, Chapter 1048 unfolds its next harrowing act. Many mortals had already sought refuge within the protective embrace of the Heaven Han celestial heavens, yet some human deities arrived without their followers, bringing with them only faint hope. They do not trust us. They claim our ways are reckless, that we ignore the mandates of the gods and invite their wrath, murmured those deities, their faces etched with despair. Celestial Venerable Yue's brow furrowed. Do they not know that remaining within the dominion of God Emperor Lang Xuan will render them sacrifices in due time? They know, yet they are bound by habit, another replied. They claim it is the way their ancestors endured. Celestial Venerable Yue nodded, understanding flickering in her gaze. She sought out Qin Mu, only to find the dragon Qilin adjusting the carriage. Qin Mu and the youth called Luo Xiao had already boarded, while the girl named Yaner placed a lantern upon the carriage and ran to bow before Yue repeatedly. Frightened, Celestial Venerable Yue tried to steady her. The girl could not rise, and her beseeching eyes turned to Qin Mu. He smiled gently. In time, you will understand. Approaching the carriage, Yue asked softly, You intend to depart? Qin Mu inclined his head. God Emperor Lang Xuan will not strike at humans for now. My recent visit to the Lang Xuan Divine Palace left him shaken for at least 1,000 years. Though he cannot harm me directly, he can marshal the celestial heaven's power. I leave so that none are implicated in my path. And when shall you return? Yue queried. A flash of hesitation passed over Qin Mu before he smiled. As Celestial Venerable Mu, I may not return soon, but as Celestial Venerable Yun, I will remain. Celestial Venerable Yue's brow knitted in confusion. But Celestial Venerable Yun is not you. From the window, Qin Mu waved. Do not alert the others. We shall meet again. The carriage trailed along the celestial river, shrinking beneath Yue's gaze until it vanished entirely. A sudden, jubilant voice shattered the stillness. Yo, come! I have calculated it. The loss of my hairpin was not theft. It was a hairpin from the future. Celestial Venerable Ling's excitement bordered on madness. Yu's heart grew heavy. At that moment, a ship drifted down from the celestial river. Celestial Venerable Yun descended with several followers. Noting Ling's cheer, he asked, Why such joy, Sister Ling? Yu scrutinized Yun, circling him as though mapping his every essence. Yun stood bewildered yet intrigued. Blinking, Yu asked, Brother Yun, did you encounter a treasure carriage drawn by 6 heavenly dragons en route to the celestial heavens? Yun nodded. Indeed, it passed my ship. 6 dragons as a single carriage's strength, terrifying. 9 might rival the patrols of the 4 deities themselves. You truly saw it? Yu's eyes glimmered with wonder. Yun's nod was solemn. Let us speak of it later. I sought Celestial Venerable Huo, but he follows his own path. I also bear news. Celestial Venerable Hao prepares to re-emerge. Celestial Emperor intends to grant him a celestial heaven for the half-gods in the Primordial Realm. We must prepare. Have you established the celestial heavens? Suppressing her excitement, Ling approached, casting a sharp gaze at Yun. Finally, are you willing to return to your true form? Yun frowned in puzzlement. Ling's voice sharpened. Do not always act as Celestial Venerable Mu. One misstep, and you will fall. Yun's confusion persisted, but Ling's eccentricity mattered little. He turned to Dao Ancestor. I have an immature idea. Can your algebra analyze Great Daos? Meanwhile, an ambassador from the celestial heavens arrived at the Lang Xuan Divine Palace, bearing the Celestial Emperor's decree. Celestial Venerable Mu has humiliated the descendants of the ancient gods. His ferocity defies the heavenly laws. Should the grand sacrifice be performed, the ancient gods of the five elements shall descend to apprehend him. God Emperor Lang Xuan's face darkened. A blood sacrifice to summon the ancient gods of the five elements? The ambassador confirmed. Yes, Celestial Venerable Mu wields divine arts unmatched beneath the heavens. Only Great Daos can counter him. To enforce justice, the ancient gods must intervene. Lang Xuan's unease deepened. The ancient gods rarely resided in the Primordial Realm, dwelling instead in distant voids, summoned only through sacrifices. These gods, born of Great Daos, were mightier than the 28 old ancient gods. Though Lang Xuan was formidable, their comprehension of Dao far exceeded his. To command them was a prudent measure. When the Dragon Han celestial heavens arose, the Celestial Emperor invited the four deities to secure his dominion, establishing palaces for Green Dragon, White Tiger, Vermilion Bird, and Black Tortoise. The 28 ancient gods ruled over the four poles, fierce and unyielding, each seven within the west, south, north, and east. The five elemental gods, Saturn sovereign, Mars sovereign, Mercury sovereign, Jupiter sovereign, and Venus sovereign, mastered mightier Great Daos. Saturn held the path of death, Mars the path of plague, Mercury the path of war, Venus the path of fortune and disaster, Jupiter the path of life and sacrifice. Their realms stretched across Yudu, Xuandu, and the Primordial Realm's edge. Half-gods fed upon mortals and post-celestial life forms. Ancient gods feasted upon half-gods and post-celestials. Only sufficient sacrifice could summon them. The half-god chiefs offered counsel. Many humans resist relocation. Slaves of other races may also serve. Lang Xuan's voice was firm. Use them. Should they fall short, seize others from the Primordial Realm. The sacrificial altar completed, blood rose crimson into the heavens, and the five stars of the elements expanded, separated by a thin veil of otherworldly distance. Palaces and throne halls shimmered atop them, teeming with gods and devils. Mars held bovine-headed beings trampling twin dragons. Saturn's were serpentine, Jupiter's avian with green dragons underfoot. Venus bore tiger-headed forms with bronze axes. Mercury, crimson-haired serpents with tridents. Each absorbed the sacrificial power with ravenous frenzy. Nephew, your offerings are few, Saturn's sovereign mocked. The stars approached the Primordial Realm, yet hesitated. Why spare so little? Sacrifice your descendants, I hunger. Lang Xuan bowed, teeth gritted. Uncle, Celestial Venerable Mu defies the heavenly laws. Please descend. The five element star sovereigns surged from Yudu, Xuandu, and the void, devouring the offerings and sowing chaos. Mercury spoke. The Emperor commands our pursuit. Is New Ben with him? During the Jade Pool meeting, New Sanduo, as New Ben, had wrought havoc, wounding ancient gods and inciting their caution. Lang Xuan denied. No, good, Mercury replied. Jupiter Sovereign extended his hand, seizing boys and girls to feast. Lang Xuan roared in fury, only for Saturn's tail to strike him, hurling him to the ground. Mars Sovereign's hooves pinned him, the Tao of plague restraining his body. Your descendants are sustenance. Remember who ruled the prehistoric universe. Lang Xuan's might proved insufficient against the ancient gods, even recalling his battles in the blood rust zone. Humility overcame pride. He bowed. Forgive me, on behalf of my father. Mars relented. You are East Deity's son. I grant respect. Celestial Venerable Mu's arts are potent, yet we operate on the edge of Tao. Prepare the feast. We shall return soon. From the five stars, countless grotesque gods and devils erupted, each star sovereign commanding legions atop dragons. Lang Xuan crawled forward, watching grimly. How does it feel to be humiliated, God Emperor? Celestial Venerable Hao's voice floated from the numinous sky hall. Lang Xuan's four faces displayed anger and embarrassment. Why humiliate me again, Celestial Venerable Hao? Hao observed the departing sovereigns. Half-gods inherit ancient power, yet lack its origin. Do you know why your might fails against them? Lang Xuan shook his head. Divine arts, Hao pronounced. Power alone does not suffice. True divine arts emerge from Tao. Celestial Venerable Mu's power entered the path. I comprehended it after 1,000 years of illness. His arts embraced the Tao. Lang Xuan's eyes widened. Entering the path with divine arts? Yes, Hao affirmed. Learning celestial techniques alone is insufficient. Understanding divine art's nature means understanding Tao, mastering your power fully. Niu Ben bested ancient gods by this path. We can achieve the same. He turned confident. My father bids me construct the half-god celestial heavens. Aid me, and I shall teach you the path. If half-gods master it, the era of ancient gods shall end. Lang Xuan's heart stirred. If entering the path grants such power, then the five-element ancient gods hunting Celestial Venerable Mu would be? Hao smiled wryly. Celestial Venerable Mu is formidable, yet not enough to challenge the ancient gods. He may be a pioneer of divine arts, admired by me, but we can only send him toward his fate. In the year 1401 of the Dragon Han era, the Primordial Realm shivered beneath a tide of calamity as the disaster stars carved their ominous path across the heavens. 10,000 races dwelling amid the worlds around the primordial tree, and in the mountains and rivers of the realm, gazed upward in terror as 5 streaks of celestial light blazed across the sky, heralding the arrival of the 5 ancient gods of disaster, each commanding legions of soldiers and steeds that clattered across the ethereal expanse. Wherever the lights passed, rivers ran dry, forests wilted, crops withered, meteors rained down, wars erupted, and thieves prowled freely. The land became a tapestry of corpses. By midnight, a singular radiance pierced the darkness, a youth gliding atop a paper boat, gathering the drifting souls of the world. Many in the primordial realm glimpsed this uncanny figure, multiplied as if by thousands of reflections. Whispers claimed he hailed from Yudu, sent to reclaim the wandering spirits. The 5 colored lights surged toward the celestial river, leaving the primordial land in ruin. Yet the disaster lingered. Some lands would not see relief for a century. Above the celestial river, a treasure carriage streaked forth, drawn by 6 heavenly dragons. The celestial heavens hung faintly visible above the primordial realm, a blurry expanse that mortal eyes could barely discern on clear days. Those who had cultivated god eyes glimpsed streets and the vigilant guardians of the southern heavenly gate. In later eras, the heavens would grow even more distant. Once, one might have climbed the primordial tree to reach it. But Mother Earth, burdened by the weight upon the tree, had split the worlds, leaving the celestial river as the sole passage to the heavens. Only beings of divine half-blood dared traverse it. Qin Mu's carriage weaved between the boats, for collisions were perilous. Most vessels yielded at the sight of such a craft, for those who possessed it were powerful beyond reckoning. Within the carriage, Luo Shao's gaze lingered on the celestial river with distant calm, while Yaner cheerfully offered fruits. At first, Luo Shao declined, but accustomed to her presence, he ate without thought. Even creation masters felt hunger, and Yaner would redirect excess to the dragon Qilin waiting outside. Qin Mu watched her spirits with warmth, for Yaner's naive cheerfulness was a fragile defiance in a cruel world, her sorrow mirrored in his own heart. Luo Shao, why are you heading to the celestial heavens? Qin Mu inquired, his eyes fixed on the young master of creation. Luo Shao's expression remained detached. My chief sent me to see if our people endure. I am to seek the ancestral court and inquire into the deeds of our forebears. His words were careful, concealing the depth of his power. One unaware would not grasp the meaning of the ancestral court he sought. Ancestral court? Qin Mu's heart faltered, recalling Xu Zhang's words. Luo Shao had departed the Great Void 1,000,000 years prior, 3 prophecies guiding his path, like divine King Lang Xuan, in search of the elusive ancestral court. He had arrived in the primordial realm, found no answers, and now ascended toward the celestial heavens. Yet Qin Mu knew the truth. The ancestral court lay sealed, hidden behind the worlds themselves. Luo Shao's journey could not uncover it. Still, the youth's gaze was serene, fearless of death, yet unflinching in his pursuit. Have you found your people? Qin Mu pressed. Luo Shao shook his head. For a moment, I believed you one of us. For another, that god Emperor Lang Xuan belonged to our kin. But neither carries our blood. Perhaps the celestial heavens hold our brethren. If so, they may guide me to the ancestral court. A flicker of doubt passed his features, tempered by resolve. Qin Mu pondered. Even if your people dwell in the celestial heavens, they may stand against you. Before further words, a trail of 5-colored light appeared, shaking the celestial river violently. Ships were swept aside, half-gods shrieking as time aged them swiftly. Youth became old, hair whitened, flesh wrinkled. Saturn Sovereign, your Tao power dissipates with reckless flavor. A voice thundered from above, heralding the arrival of a dozen ancient gods and their legions. A crimson-haired, serpent-bodied god seized the remaining boats. Jupiter Sovereign, lend your strength, make them worthy. Eyes blazed from a bird-headed deity, reversing the half-god's age with swift light. Youth returned to the elders, old women became maidens, old men transformed to handsome youths. The serpent-bodied god laughed as he devoured the boat's denizens, eyes turning to the halted carriage. Celestial Venerable Mu, fate meets you. Will you descend or be consumed? Luo Shao's countenance paled with dread. Qin Mu reassured. They are minor gods, Brother Luo. No need for fear. They are my people's nemesis, Luo Shao rasped, restraining his presence. The heavenly dragons trembled, whispers quivering. The five-element star sovereigns approach. Death comes. They lamented their past choices, their folly, while the dragon Qilin roared in warning, silencing dissent. Cult Master, an unbridled ancient god approaches. Decide swiftly. Yanner drew back the curtains. Qin Mu emerged, calm as the river swirled about them. The five-element star sovereigns. Why do you block my path? His gaze fixed on Saturn Sovereign. No alluring lady of Yudu now, but a man with disheveled hair, bare chest, white banner and mirror in hand, tongue forked like a serpent's. Post-celestial Saturn Sovereign, risen from god or devil, Qin Mu mused. The fallen Saturn, like the great Sun Sovereign, had perished. Post-celestial beings now filled their roles, fated to fall in battles yet to come. The Sovereign swept his tail, engulfing boats in one strike. Celestial Venerable Mu, you trespassed against God Emperor Lang Xuan, assaulted the divine palace, and slew innocents. Shall you meet your fate or die here? Qin Mu laughed, unfazed. Ancient gods of the five elements, embodiers of Great Daos, would you follow without question? I am a Celestial Venerable by decree of the Celestial Emperor. Where is Lang Xuan? Let him face me. Jupiter Sovereign's wings unfurled. You dare think yourself mighty? You struck Celestial Venerable Hao, son of the Celestial Emperor. Your end was long sought. This merely accelerates it. Luo Shao, coldly observing, felt his fear swell. If he has even the Celestial Emperor as foe, I cannot survive. I ride with him at my peril, and death may await at the celestial heavens. The five elements will claim us both. He remained hidden, silence his only shield. Regret clawed at him for boarding Qin Mu's carriage, a vessel of thieves in the guise of convenience. Qin Mu smiled, voice serene yet sharp as the edge of a sword. Since the path to godhood spread, the era of ancient gods waned. Ducks sense warm waters first. Are you less perceptive? Recall Golden Commander Nu Ben, who bested you all. Fury ignited in the star sovereigns. Saturn Sovereign aimed his mirror. Qin Mu remained still. You wield death, I wield creation, defying death itself. Your Daos avail nothing. Mars Sovereign unleashed a plague aura. Qin Mu's smile never wavered. Venus Sovereign struck his drum, thunder rolling. Still, Qin Mu stood, unmoved. You are ancient gods. Depart now, save face, or face my ruthlessness. Mercury Sovereign shook his trident, the river quaked. Waste no breath. Children, strike him and seize this traitor. A tide of descendants surged behind them, yet Qin Mu's palm swirled, conjuring a sword pellet that split, multiplied, and rained as an endless storm of blade light. Dragons of steel sweeping across the five elements' legions. The clamor ceased in an instant. The celestial river was painted with countless corpses. The dim-witted heavenly dragon broke the silence. See, they are weak. These five-element ancient gods are impostors. With unity, we might best one or two. Maha, roared the dragons, quelling all dissent, as the carriage pressed forward into the storm of blades.